Hi, I'm Chef Shai Kolchevsky with At Your Palate, and today I'm going to show you how to, what they say in French, peler à vif, which is peeling a citrus fruit. You could do it with lemons, with oranges, limes, clementines, any citrus fruit will do. First thing you've got to do, we're going to be using a lemon. You're going to cut off the ends. Again, you want to have a flat surface. So, bring your lemon up against the cutting board and just slice the end off. You don't want to take too much off, and you want to avoid cutting into the flesh. So we're going to discard that. We have our flat surface, and you're going to take your knife and you're going to start cutting along the edge and following the natural curve of the lemon. And don't be too worried about taking too much off, because once you start taking it off, you now have a guide to see how thick the rind is. And you just work your way completely around until you've removed the entire peel and pith. And the pith is this white stuff that's on the inside. That's called pith, and it's very bitter. So you want to avoid having that in any of your lemons. So we'll continue to remove. All the way around. See? Just slice, and with a sawing motion, following the natural curve of the lemon, I just cut all the way around. And do some finishing touches on any remaining pith, like so. And that's how you remove the peel. Now we want to remove the segments, and in French the segments are called suprêmes. So the best way I found to work is over a bowl, because it's going to drip a lot. So you start off on one end, you take your knife and you bring it along one side of the membrane that separates the segments. You do the same in the other, and then with a quick kind of turn of the knife, it releases the segment like that, and then you just let it plop in the bowl. Once you've removed the first one, taking the others becomes much easier, because then you could just cut alongside the membrane, and then you could try to just flip it out, or, because this is a very small lemon, just cut alongside the other end again to dislodge it from the membrane and release. And then you continue all the way around until all the segments have been removed. There we go. I'm going to actually cut this off, and it'll make it a little bit easier to remove them. Okay. So, again, cross the membrane, and then alongside the other one, and then with the tip of the knife, the edge of the knife, and just dislodges. Again, down. And you'll hit the pits every once in a while, and that's okay. You could separate those out later. And alongside the membrane. And there we go. Once you've gotten this far, you could just peel back that membrane, and then pops right out. See? Bring that down this way, brought it down, and then you just slide your knife along the other edge. It comes right out. Again, bring down the membrane, hold it down with your fingers, and then bring your knife along the edge and just separate it out. Last one, membrane, and there you go. Beautiful. Now, say you want to make zest, right? You have all this beautiful peel, and it's a shame to throw it away, really. So, take a nice piece of peel, and you lay it flat against your cutting board, and then with a sharp knife, watch what I'm doing. I'm holding it down on one edge and angling the knife inward to remove the pith. And once I get the knife in a little bit, I bring my hand to the other side, and I just continue cutting in that direction. So, see? Slight movement, little sawing to just keep the motion going, and you'll continue to do that until you remove all of the white pith. Beautiful. Now the reason you remove the pith is because it's very bitter and it doesn't taste very good. And here's what you're left with, a very thin layer. Now this little amount of white you could leave. It's not going to leave too much flavor. Or if you like, what you could do is after you've already zested them and you've made these thin little pieces, you could boil these in just some water for a few minutes, and it'll help take the bitterness out. But now that you're left with this, you could just start slicing it up into these beautiful ribbons that you could use for garnishes, that you could do all sorts of delicious things with. And essentially, you could use this as your zest. And if anything, once you slice them up, you could even cut them up again and do sort of like a ciselé on the lemon peel. So if you zoom in here, and let's take a look real quick, you'll line all your nice julienne zest, and you just line your knife. And you could put this in baking, you could add it to tea, you could do all sorts of delicious things with this, and it comes out really wonderful. Look at how beautiful that is. Some gorgeous lemon zest. And the best part is, really, is that your fingers smell lemony fresh and delicious. So I hope you enjoy this.